Participants, please join your hands together to welcome Shri Sanjeev Singh sir, Director of Central Board of Irrigation and Power. It is such an honor for us to have with you today between us, sir. Today he will be delivering his lecture about financing options of infra projects. Vast and varied cross-functional experience including chief executive and board level positions comprising approx 37 years of serving in Indian power sector in major companies like Power Grid Corporation of India Limited, Delhi Transco Limited, Indraprasth Power Generation Company Limited, Pragati Power Corporation Limited, NTPC Limited, NHPC Limited, Odisha Power Transmission Corporation Limited. Unique experience spanning entire power sector spectrum including generation, transmission and distribution at the level of head of the organization, board level encompassing function including engineering, finance, procurement, project management, grid management, environment management, smart grid implementation, rural electrification, legal, etc. Managing Director of Odisha Power Transmission Corporated Limited since May 2020. Managing Director of Delhi Transco Limited from September 2014 to September 2016. Government Nominee Director on the boards of Delhi Discoms, Tata Power Delhi Distribution Limited, BSES Rajdhani Power Limited and BSES Yamuna Power Limited. Additional charge as Managing Director of Indraprasth Power Generation Company Limited from February 2015 to September 2016. Additional charge as Managing Director of Pragati Power Corporation Limited from February 2015 to September 2016. Chairman, Northern Regional Power Committee from September 2014 to March 2015. Executive Director in Power Grid Corporation of India Limited since February 2011. Thank you so much, sir, for bestowing us with your presence today. Over to you, sir.
I'm happy to address you all. An old team OPTCL. I was there from May 20 to July of 21. I was to serve OPTCL up to November 23, but because of COVID impact, I had to come back. I'm sorry for that, but then I got an opportunity through Jaideep that OPTCL team is coming, so I thought why not to interact with you. It is not a lecture. We just wanted to interact with young brains of OPTCL who are here, and I hope the OPTCL is continuing with great recruitment. You people have come through it. Yes, sir. Okay, when I was MD there, I had introduced this concept of taking people through GATE. Though initially there was a resistance, but believe me, after we recruited first batch, other utilities, other corporations of Odisha also started taking people through GATE. And GATE is a nice platform. You are tested on your knowledge bank, so I don't doubt you people are lacking on any of your knowledge. Only thing is you have to sharpen your listening towards organization needs, organization needs. So, can you just introduce yourself very quickly? Your name and which college?
Yeah. Hello sir, I am Amrit Mahabhadra. I am from Bhubaneswar, Odisha. I have completed my BTech from NIT Gurugram.
My name is Sanjeev and I am from Gurugram, Odisha. I completed my BTech from Sanjeev of Technology, Bulla.
Sir, I am Adarsh Kumar Jana from Ratnagiri, Odisha. I completed my engineering from ITER, Bhubaneswar.
Good morning, sir. My name is Vikas Nandinayak. I am from Bhubaneswar and I completed my BTech in Electrical Engineering from CBIP Bhubaneswar.
Good morning, sir. My name is Nityaman Acharya. I am from Gurugram, Odisha. I have completed my BTech from CET Bhubaneswar.
Good morning, sir. My name is Abhishek Patri and I am from Balasore, Odisha. I have completed my BTech from College of Engineering and Technology, Bhubaneswar.
My name is Mamta Sethi and I am from Barampur, Odisha. I completed my BTech from ESC Bulla.
Good morning, sir. I am Manisha Naik and I am from Sambalpur, Odisha. I have done my BTech from ESC Bulla and done my MTech from NIT Bhopal.
Good morning, sir. My name is Guru Singh. I am from Talcher, Odisha. I have done my BTech from the site Synergy.
I have completed my BTech from University of Technology, Bulla.
Good morning, sir. My name is Badri Vishal Chanakyapuri. I am from Barampur in Odisha. I have completed my BTech from PCSUT Bulla and MTech from PNIT Nagpur.
Good morning, sir. My name is Harold Khanka. I have completed my BTech from PCSUT Bulla.
Morning sir, my name is Shubham Panikare. I have done my BTech from University of Bangalore and did my MTech from IIT Bhubaneswar in 2021.
Good morning sir, I am Sanjeev Jana. I am from Bhubaneswar, Odisha. I graduated from Introduction in year 2018.
Good morning sir, I am Rajesh Kumar Mahanti and I have done my BTech from GC Bhubaneswar.
So let's start with the interactions. I'm not a finance professional, so whatever finance I've learned, it is through experience in PowerGrid and other companies. So you have to excuse me in case I'm doing something. So first thing is that how our transmission sector has taken the development, or it has grown over the years. So when we talk about 1947, the country got independence. The country's generation capacity was 1,300 megawatts only, and the highest voltage level that was available in country was 132. And there were hardly few states who were having this level. Otherwise, all were operating with local needs. So what was happening at that point of time? The generators were placed near to city centers, and they were feeding cities, small industries. Slowly, the need was felt. Why don't we expand our transmission network? Why don't we expand our distribution networks? So it started. We can have a small pocket of within a state where we can have a generator, a bigger size generator who can feed local areas. Then it started expanding, and it reached the state level. So the states were having their own network. The whole planning of transmission system was done by respective states. CA, Central Electricity Authority, you may be knowing, came after long time, and slowly the planning part of this thing was taken by Central Electricity Authority. And then the big size generators also started developing transmission networks to feed load where they were supposed to sell the power. And the transmission planning is very important part. See, if a large size generator, say 2000 megawatt generator of Singh, they wanted to sell power to Haryana, Punjab. So initial planning of large scale generators was also limited to that particular region where the generator being established. But over a period of time, that what happened, one region was becoming power surplus, like your region, eastern region is still power surplus, and other regions were in deficit of power. So what happened, you needed a system which can push power from one region to other region. So there were two kind of interconnections. One is asynchronous connections through HVDC links. Means both regions are operating as independent regions electrically, but at the time of need, or one region needs power from other region, it can be pushed through HVDC system. It was HVDC back to back, which came into first HVDC back to back came into 1989, and it was between north and west. It was Vindhyachal back to back system, which was developed by NTPC. And then slowly, once the advantage, it was a 500 megawatt block, so you can shift 500 megawatt each side. When northern region needs, you can push power from western region to northern region, and when western region needs, you can push power from this thing, and you can send that. Biggest advantage in HVDC systems are you can send controlled powers. Otherwise, integrated system mein, if one system starts drawing more, you don't have any control. So you are all qualified engineers, so I don't need to explain that. And you all are from very good institutes. I am happy to know that. I think Odisha Transmission is having a great future. Then, once regional networks were established, then slowly National Grid, the concept of National Grid started way back in 1989. But today, can you think of what will be the size of inter-regional capacity from one region to other across the country? Any idea? I'll give one hint. In 1992, in 2002, the capacity was 5,000 megawatt from one region to other region. It can be northwest, it can be west-south, it can be anything. Can you imagine what is the order today? close to 90,000. 2017 it was 75,000. So means if you are having any energy, the biggest challenge with our energy sector is you cannot store them. The moment it is produced, we have to consume that. So one region facing shortages, other regions having surplus. So this was the biggest advantage, and slowly, when I am talking about 98, 99, the whole country was experiencing a power shortage of 13%. Energy shortage of 13% and power shortage of 11%. Today there is no shortage. If you have a network, you can feed any amount of power wherever you want. Then what I've talked about is it was HVDC links. Slowly, we started integration of AC grids. The first was in 1993, I suppose, was East and Northeast. There was a link Salakati to Bogaigaon. Bogaigaon is in Northeast region and Salakati is in Eastern region. There was a small link of 220 kV. Through this system was integrated way back in 1993. Then another 400 kV link, Bogaigaon Malcha. So that way Eastern and Northeastern were interconnected. Then in 2003, East to West interconnection through Raigad, Raigad is in Eastern region and Raurkela is in Eastern region, Raigad is in Western region. It was a big challenge because we have seen how this was integrated. One region was operating at a frequency of 50 when we were trying to integrate, and other was at 48.5. And we were at almost everybody, all senior officials were sitting in control room. We were expecting a grid collapse that time because grid size 30,000 megawatt operating at 48.5 and another 20,000 operating at 50. So how do you go? Slowly, and then we have a bipole, HVDC bipole from Rihan to Dadri. It is within same region, northern region, but you can push control power. So slowly power through that link was used. Lot of efforts. So then after 3-4 hours of struggle and balancing, we could bring gap of frequency from 50, which was 50 and 48.5 to close to 1 hertz, 0.1 hertz difference. And then we took attempt and successfully it was operated. So that's how this AC interconnection of grids has started. Then that means 2003 we made Western region and Eastern region connected. So the grid was Northeastern region, Eastern region and Western region operating at the same frequency. Then Tala system came, then Gorakhpur to Muzaffarpur. Muzaffarpur in Eastern region and Gorakhpur in Northern region. Then fourth link of AC link, which connected 3 grids to northern grid. This came, I think, 2006. And biggest challenge was how to integrate southern region. Southern region was constantly facing power deficits. And HVDC, HVDC link was almost fully loaded. Then it was thought, why don't we have AC interconnection? So 2013, from 6 to 13, 7-8 years, after 7-8 years, we commissioned Raichur Sholapur. So that then from 2013 onwards, the whole country is operating as a single frequency, one nation, one grid, one frequency. This is the concept of transmission projects. Though it appears to other people it's a very easy task, but you will come across how difficult it is, right from implementation to planning. One is your generators are dependent on yours. So once you have to provide them a strong, reliable system for generators, because you cannot waste anything which is getting generated and which is not able to evacuate it from the system. Then these are linear projects. Even one project, one location, supposing a line is having 250 towers. One location you are having problem. You have done everything. but you cannot take power. I will tell example of your organization also. There was one line, Bolangir Kesinga. It was struggling for 7-8 years. And I can share within the house, not to be quoted. It was our system lethargy. We were not able to take a decision whether we should pay them more compensation and move ahead, or waste our investment. 60-70 crore rupees of investment was there, and we were not able to take a decision of 5 to 10 lakhs. If we had taken that decision, probably that line would have got commission. We are back in 2016, 17 or 18. So, with a lot of efforts, when I came, almost one, two locations were there, and I think October, November of 21, it got commissioned. And believe me, it was such a critical line that the other end voltage was 33 kV voltage, people were getting at 26 kV, 27 kV, that kind of situation, criticality of line. So your role as a transmission engineer is going to be very challenging. And people, lot of backup generations. You are Eastern Indian and you know better. Eastern Indian में a lot of captive generation is there. Why should people have captive generation? If you can provide them reliable power from grid or whatever, why should they have it? They are not expert of generations. No? Why should they establish generation? But they want a reliable and quality power. That's why they are going for this kind of. Then once you decide you need to develop one certain transmission, you need to decide on what technology, what kind of choices you have, and then you have to see the economics also. So there comes the role of financing, how you should finance, what way you should finance that, because transmission infrastructures or generation infrastructure are long duration projects. And you keep on investing, you will not get any return unless you commission it. So the capitalization of any asset, people were not very clear about capitalization assets. So when I went there, I told them the importance of capitalization of any asset. Because unless you commission any asset, whatever money you have invested, that is going waste. But the moment it gets commissioned, you start earning revenue out of it.